Hey guys, I just wanted to share with you guys a video on how I um, do kind of my loose, beachy, natural waves with my mid-length hair. Um, I recently got a new curling iron, a curling wand, and it was literally life-changing. And I really wanted to share with you, not so much about it, but just about how I style my hair, because I do get a few people who ask, and I thought I'd be helpful. We'll first get right into the whole process. First of all, the curling wand is different than a clip, a curling iron with a clip. A curling wand doesn't have a clip. It just is by itself, and then you just wrap it around your hair. They're very intimidating if you're not hair savvy, or they seem to be intimidating because, you have to have more control, and the clip usually helps control that. But I'm telling you, if your hair is shoulder length or longer, obviously the longer the better. The wand is such an amazing tool, and the results of the curls are just so nice and modern. It's definitely the modern look now, is to have more of the wand style curls versus the clip curling iron. They're just more natural and pretty. And I've been using a wand, a different kind of wand, since I was probably 2008. And it did take a while to perfect it, and I highly recommend, if you are newer to it, if it comes with a heating glove, or you need to buy a heating glove on Amazon or something, because that can kind of help with not being so afraid of burning yourself. But let's get right into this quick hair tutorial. My hair is washed. There's no product in it besides, I think it's a 10 conditioner, just to kind of which is just a leave-in conditioner you spray before you comb it after it's wet, just because my hair is thick and it gets tangly. My hair has naturally some volume in it, and if yours doesn't, then you probably don't even need to do this first step. So what I do is, the first thing I do, and I'm just going to kind of simulate this because I don't want to do every single step I already kind of have, is I clip my hair back, and I kind of go to like the top of my ears, and I just kind of make a straight line to the back of my neck, and I clip up all on top of my head right here, just to get it out of the way. Clipping your hair in the process of styling your hair will help it from being overwhelming, and making sure you get every piece that you need to get so it looks polished and finished. Now, when your hair is my length, and I'm just going to focus on this, most people's length is mid-length to shorter, the bottom really doesn't need to be waved or curled, because it's just at the bottom and it just needs to just kind of be there. So I take my Chi curling iron, which this isn't on right now, and I just go through and I straighten it throughout, just to give it kind of a sleekness for under. I never flip out. I always kind of flip going in, but I don't get obsessed with flipping under. That's just kind of my natural way of doing things. So I use the Chi straightener, and I curl the bottom, and then I take my clip out, which always have these clips if your hair has even a little bit of length, and I go kind of to the temple of my face, and I do the straight line back, and I get that chunk of hair, twist it up, clip it, and once again, there is another pretty thick layer, depending on how thick your hair is. It doesn't have to be super thick, of just hair that needs to be straightened, which I've already done. So, you just go through, you straighten it. Again, if your hair is mid-length or shorter, you don't really have to focus on the under-layering hair. It's more about the top and what falls on top. My hair is naturally, I always have it down the middle. I do extreme side parts from time to time. So it doesn't matter what way you part your hair. Just remember that the shorter your hair, you don't have to go through every single layer of your hair, because then it could start looking triangle if you do too many waves, if that makes any sense. So now we unclip it. You want to make sure that you have your part where you want it. I highly recommend, if you want more of a middle part, or whatever part you want, if you want it to look structured, to invest, it's not an investment, it's like $2, to get one of these back comb brushes with a really pointy edge. I don't think this is what this is for, but I have used this for like 10 years to make my parts more structured and perfect. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I like a very structured look. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I am a perfectionist. So you really don't need a clip for this unless you have if you have more hair than me, which I have a lot of hair. Feel free to use it. I'm just going to show you how I do my wand now. This is the Sedu, and I could be saying it wrong, Revolution Pro Clipless Curling Iron. This thing is not cheap, and this thing has been something that I have been obsessing over for years. And when I mean years, I mean like 3. It's $120. So it's a ridiculously overpriced curling iron. And for years, especially a few years ago when we were out of college and we didn't have any money, I would just look at it when I would go to Ulta in the stores and be like, well, I'm never going to get that for a while. And for years, I really wanted it. It is the #1 curling wand / brand on the market. It actually is. It has the best reviews. I've been doing my research on it for years. It's no joke. I'm not making this up. It literally has the best reviews. It's amazing. It comes in 3 different temperature gauges. I have it on medium right now, but I'm actually going to make it to high, which you got to be careful with that. If your hair is really fine, you don't need to have it as hot. If your hair is thicker, like mine, you can go hotter. Whatever wand you have, you don't have to go out and get this expensive wand. I'm just saying, if you use a wand a lot and you're finding that your wand is cheaper and not working as well, save up your money and get a Sedu. They're amazing. They really are quite worth every penny. So anyway, I don't use a heat protectant. I know that's awful. You should. I use a hairspray. This is just the Chi Lux Hydrating Puffed Up hairspray. I think it's pretty much extra firm. I don't know why anybody would get any kind of hairspray that's not extra firm. I want it to stay. But anyway, so I'm going to try to show you guys how this works. So I'm going to start on this side. What I do is I spray it, kind of touch it and tassel it. Sometimes I comb it, depending on, if you want to get it evenly distributed. And then I start from the back and I work to the front. Always start from the back to the front. If you start from the front to the back, just from human nature, we kind of can get lazy. And then you don't want your back to look ferocious and your front to look great. Because people do look. People do get behind you in places. Okay, so this comes with a little stand. I always kind of kick it back to where it is because I don't want it to get in the way. This curling wand is a shorter wand, so it's perfect for mid-length to short hair. Some wands are really long, and they can actually get in the way of short to mid-length hair, so I highly recommend this for people with that. I go, and this is going to be hard to describe. Always comb away from your face. Or, I'm not comb, sorry. Twirl away from your face. Some people are styling it now where they curl away in front of your face, but I don't know. I like curling away. Sorry. I do have a cold, so I'm so sorry. Sorry. I'm sneezing because I do have a cold. I always get the spring cold, and it's just part of life. I grab I don't do too small of hair. I do a good amount. I don't even know how to describe that. Solid inch of hair, maybe more. And I just twirl it back on my wand. And I never do it completely around for protection of my fingers, but also I kind of like the ends to have that straightness to them, just because I think that's what the look is. And then I pull it, and then there you go. See that? Amazing. And that was only a few seconds. Depending on how your hair curls, everybody has a different texture. Again, you want to move that away so it doesn't get in the way of your hair. You want to be very careful. Again, what kind of curling wand you use and what kind of heat you use. If your hair is very fine hair, very thin hair, you're going to want to keep your hair on the wand longer, and you're going to want to use a heat protectant spray because your hair is finer, meaning that it will likely get damaged quicker. See that? Amazing. Don't touch it afterwards. You just kind of let it sit. Grab another layer. Again, always trying to grab the same amount of each time because I can get lazy, believe it or not, and then I try to grab more than I can, and then I wonder why my hair doesn't look that good in a picture, and it's because I was in a hurry and I grabbed too much. So then I would say, I don't even know, you guys probably know it from watching this, 8 to 10 seconds on each wrap. I call it wrap because you're literally wrapping your hair. See that? This Sedu wand, I mean, I have a bed head, and I think I have a bed head wand that I really love. that I used for until I got this. I actually think I'm going to do a giveaway with it because I don't use it anymore, and it's great. It's not a Sedu, but I do want someone to have it, so I might do that on my Instagram. So keep a watch for that. And then, sorry, it's hard to do this without a mirror. I didn't think about that. And you just keep twirling. Always keep at least an inch or two, depending on how long your hair is, away from the wand. You don't have to do a complete curl. We're not going for a old school wrap curl. We are going for a modern woman curl. See, this is where some people get overwhelmed, and that's when they need to clip their hair up so they can get the hair. That's fine too. I have been curling my hair for years, so I really don't need. Sorry, I'm looking. I don't really need to do that, but I will show you since not everybody does it. So kind of, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you have so much hair and you're like, I still have so much I need to get, clip it up. It won't kill it. And get underneath if you need to get underneath. Sorry, it's really hard to do this without a... again, if you do have a curling wand and you're new to this process, use the heat protectant glove. I'm probably going to burn my hand now that I said that because I'm like, I'm so good at it. But I'm just saying, it's been years since I've had the gloves on because I've been doing it for so long. Kind of pull out, and then you can take this down. And if you want to feel your hair, it's going to feel kind of warm still. When your hair is warm still, after the curling, don't tassel it yet. Just let it sit there because you still have a holder side. And then I always do the back last, which freaks people out. I don't know why. So we spray. Again, less is more with hairspray and products because it is an alcohol. So it isn't exactly wonderful for your hair to just put tons and tons on. And, you know, you're going to be spraying it at the end anyways. This is just to kind of give your hair texture, especially if you do have very thin hair or fine hair or hair that just doesn't curl easily. You want to add some product to your hair, whether it be a heat protectant or a hairspray. Sorry, obviously can't talk today. Because it's what's going to add the texture to your hair so it can grip the curling iron better and have your curls last longer. Now, I'm not a complete snob when it comes to to hairsprays and protectants. Thermosilk makes great ones. Thermosilk makes great hairsprays. Just Suave and stuff like that, hairsprays, they're so watered down that I find that when I would use them, because I've been lazy and used my husband's before, they really don't really texture your hair the way you want it to be textured. So just keep that in mind when you are buying products, especially if your hair is a little harder to curl. You want to make sure that if you're going to invest in making your hair look really good, you need to make sure that you have products that have some grit to them. If that makes any, like physical grit and mental grit, something that really has a good amount of backing to it, if that makes any sense. Again, I do have a lot of hair, so I am going to actually go under. I know I said originally at the beginning of this video that I wasn't going to curl it under, but sometimes you see it and you think, yeah, there needs to be a few wrapped. And see how I did that? I just did like one wrap around. Let me show you again. One wrap. See that? If you want a really cool edgy look and maybe your hair is longer or maybe it's really short but you still want a little bit of wave, like your hair is like short, do a one wrap around. Use a really good curling wand, obviously, because the shorter your hair, the harder it's going to be. And it will just kind of give you that neat tasseled look. A curling wand, it truly is amazing, all what it can do. It's just amazing. Sorry, I'm looking to make sure. Okay, now the back, which I'm not going to be able to probably show you because I'm not camera savvy enough. And I'm not really savvy with my back. I just pull it up like this, and I just curl it like straight across, like horizontal. Probably any hairdresser would see this and cringe because they were like, oh, you're probably actually making a kink in the back of your hair. But I actually find that it gives me, when I do straight across like this and I wrap, it gives me kind of a voluminous. I am not a teaser. I don't tease the back of my hair very often. If I do, it's because I'm about to be in a wedding or I need to look real good. I think teasing your hair can can ruin it. I know this because I've actually had bald spots when I went through a teasing phase. Be very careful with your teasing. If you are a girl who likes to tease her hair, that's fine. Just know your limits and know how strong your hair is. I'm not trying to be all opinionated here, which is what YouTube is full of opinions, but just be really careful with teasing. So that is good enough for now. I probably didn't get everything, but I'm actually going to turn this off because it is so hot that it does take, with this nicer brand, this high quality brand, it does take a while for it to cool down. So now it's just kind of this. Some people like to keep their hair like this. That's fine, especially if your hair is longer, because you know it's going to kind of fall with the weight. But my hair is really, it holds wave. So what I'm going to do is very simply take my fingers, not a brush, and just comb through with my fingers. And you will notice that one side of your hair is going to curl better than the other side of your hair. That's just called life and the way life goes. Your hair is always going to do better on one side than the other, and it's annoying. It's just the way life is. This, obviously, this side waves perfect. This side, it needs a little more work. So what I sometimes do is I go back. What girl doesn't go back with her curling iron? I just want to know. Like, I swear, like, how many times do we go back and curl our hair? I mean, how many hours do you think in our lifetime? It's just like, my poor husband, and I'm like, I curled my hair, and he's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, I had to recurl my hair, and he's like, what? Like, you just did it. You just don't understand, man. It's a process. So, again, not perfect. Probably, I'm going to tell you, it was a little hard to do this in front of a camera and not in front of my thing. So you tassel it, you tassel it, you tassel it. Make sure your hair is not heated and it's cooled down. And then you're going to take your hairspray and you're going to spray. Not too close. You don't want your hair to be yellow. Again, use hairspray to your discretion. If your hair doesn't hold up, use whatever you need to do to get that. You don't want your curls, after all the work you've done, just to fall. So make it work. So there is my hair tutorial for beachy mid-length waves. Let me see if you can see. The back probably doesn't even look good right now. Again, sorry, I am 9.5 months pregnant almost, so I'm really puffy right now, so please don't judge that right now. But yes, whatever you decide to do, side part, middle part, whatever side you choose, always use clips to help with not overwhelming yourself. Always use some kind of styling product just to give yourself some gumption to your hair. Have a brush on hand. The shorter the hair, remember, underneath you can straighten it. You don't have to do the whole head of hair. If I would have done the whole head of hair, it would probably be up to here, but it wouldn't be like pretty big hair. It'd be like triangle-y. So anyways, I hope you learned something from this. I highly suggest this Sedu. I am not being paid to tell you this. I bought this on my own. Believe me, I bought this on my own. And I absolutely adore it. I believe in this product, and it has literally changed my life with my hair. So you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys can get wands and curl your hair and feel confident. All right, have a good day.